Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review, I'm having soda, and tonight I'll be discussing Even If Death Do Us Part, Lost and Found by ADJ. This is a book I downloaded off of KU. Of course, I'm giving my honest opinion. These are the highlights and the content warnings. And my rating for this book is 4.5, so what's it about? So this book is about Lionel, who was a different person before he met his wife due to how his father raised him. He just didn't know any different. But meeting his wife changed him and opened his eyes. But 3 decades ago, he lost her. And now at the age of 50, he lies on his deathbed thinking of what could have been as he wastes away from an illness that no one but him knows the cause of. And no one can find out because those responsible will kill to keep their secrets hidden. Now, while Lionel's been alone most of his life, recently his neighbor Charles and his son have brought joy back into his life, becoming a sort of family that Lionel's never had, which is why Charles is doing everything he can to help Lionel get better so that he's around for a long time. And he thinks the best person for that job is Dr. Madison, who is both brilliant and beautiful. Now, as these two work together to uncover what's going on with Lionel, the simmering heat between these two come to a burn, and that may be blinding them to the dangers surrounding Lionel. So, what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this a 4.5. This was definitely an interesting read for me, and I had a wide range of emotions while reading it. There are three main characters in this book, mostly centering around Lionel, our older male main character, who is sick and basically unloading his story to his doctor, Dr. Madison. His story is about his racist and abusive father who raised him, and how he basically didn't know better until one day his father, for no reason, sends him away to this kind of military camp that he's not really sure as to why he's there. But there he falls instantly in love with Anna, and he works to become a better person and also works to get her, himself, and her cousin Lewis out of a really horrible situation so that they can be free and in love. However, when we're not reading about Lionel's story, we are in current times reading about Chris and Madison, who are both single parents that are falling in love and who are also an interracial couple, just like Lionel and Anna were. But they're from a different time. For Lionel and Anna, when they fell in love, they faced major backlash, racial discrimination, and horrible consequences that not only they, but others as well suffered from, which is why Chris and Madison kind of serve as a counterpoint as to what could have been for Lionel and Anna if they were from different times. All while this is going on, there are evil forces in the background who have been working against Lionel all of his life, who are now focusing also on Chris and Madison. Now for the plot, I really did enjoy it. It has a lot of POVs and the two timelines, but at no time did I find this overwhelming or confusing. In fact, it made me really invested in the characters and their stories. Like, my heart was breaking for both Lionel and Anna, everything they went through separately and together. Their tale is a really heartbreaking one. I really enjoyed Madison, and she's just a strong, powerful woman that I could get behind. And I will say Chris at times is a little cheesy, especially when it comes to Madison, but that was okay with Madison. But where he really shined for me was when he was in dad mode. Overall, I loved all the characters. Their chemistries with their respective partners were off the charts. I really enjoyed it. This does end on a cliffhanger, and there is an upcoming sequel. When it's coming out, I do not know, but I would recommend this book. It is currently available, so I would recommend that you give it a try. And I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.